Oh my goodness. This is the weather that we've woken up to today. Most murksome it is. I almost expect Frankenstein's monster to loom out from the mist. It is really so murky outside.
I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh, we've had to put the lights on, Philip.
So nice inside.
I can't believe that finally you're happy because it's miserable weather.
It's just wonderful. I'm having such a nice time just looking out, seeing how
doing your
I
research.
think Misty. Well, actually, about that, I found a dictionary from 1895, Dictionnaire de Dictionnaire. I don't know, so Dictionary of Dictionaries. And so it mentions Crozon, and I think they mean Crozon. Crozon-sur-Vouvre is the village that Lalande is the chateau of. It talks about where it is in Indre, in the area of La Châtre and des Grandes, which is exactly Crozon, what we're talking about. And then it goes on to say that there are quarries that supply beautiful stones and also slate. And it mentions the Chateau de Lalande, 16th century. So this made me wonder if Lalande maybe had its own quarry because it had a lot of land.
And we're so close to Crozon.
Exactly. So it's possible, completely possible, that also we're on granite, granite all
everywhere.
around. And the building is made of granite, so it would be very likely that it would have come from its own land. Anyway, I was speaking to John Christophe about this, our groundsman, and he said that he thinks he's found a quarry in the woods. I haven't seen it yet, but I think he's here today, so we can go and have a look if you want.
Are we going on an explore?
Let's go into the murk.
I want to take tea out into the murk. I'm not going without it.
Sweet Mary, I feel like I'm in trouble. Do you remember the offer of chocolate?
Yes, I do. Would you like one?
Oh, thank you. Offering.
Could I show the world your trousers on this misty grey day? Oh, the socks as well! Percy, you are bringing the sunshine into this chateau today.
Someone has to bring the sunshine because it disappeared from outside.
You've even got the blue skies in your eyes, haven't you? Well, look at you instead of looking outside. Now I can face this weather. Finally, this is it.
Tea.
We are heading out into the unknown. I say the unknown, I mean it's just the woods at the bottom of the garden, but I honestly don't know them that well. That's how I managed to get lost in there. But Jean-Christophe knows them very well. He spends almost all of his time here out in those woods. So let's see what he spotted. Jean-Christophe is coming to meet us here, and whilst we're waiting for him, I wanted to show you this tree that we planted about 3 years ago, and it didn't do well at all the first couple of years, and suddenly, boom! It's stunning. And on top of being the prettiest lime green tree all summer, it's now turning a sort of bright yellowy orange colour. I think in future I'm going to get one of those benches that goes around the base of a tree, because it would be a nice place to sit. And the bushes behind it, which are now far, far taller than me, were possibly this size when they were planted. In fact, I don't even think they were that big. So the entire border behind the chapel that was planted as part of the English garden is really suddenly starting to get established. So we're going to be working on it a lot this autumn because you can see it's not a straight line, and that's because we had a little bit of an incident with the strimmer. Basically everything was strimmed completely. The plants that you see here came back, survived, did really well. And
you don't see it.
the plants you do not see here, where you see this grass, they didn't do so well. That's being replanted this November. Ah, I see a high-vis jacket. Bonjour Jean-Christophe.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, vous allez bien?
Ça va, oui, ça va.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez trouvé dans les bois?
Alors, je pense avoir trouvé la carrière que vous cherchez.
D'accord.
J'ai trouvé de très gros blocs. I found a very big stone square.
Mhm.
I think that was the base for cut the dalle. The dalle you...
The flooring, the stone flooring.
Yeah.
Let's go have a look.
Allons-y.
See what I mean about the shape of the border? Just a little cutout of it. I mean, actually, we thought we'd lost a lot more. Everything else did so well. Oh, I'm falling behind. It's a bit tricky filming. I'm carrying the tea.
So this is the redwood that was cut down. That's
Yes.
re-sprouted.
So re-sprouted. Look how well it's done.
It's amazing.
I mean, it must be 7 meters tall.
And Davey was saying that we need to cut down a lot of them because there's, I don't know, 7 or so.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
So he said
That's
we have
too
to
much.
keep 2 or 3, he said.
2 or 3 maximum.
So let's
thinking-
choose the 3 biggest.
Well, the biggest one, obviously.
There's a really tall one, so we'll certainly keep that one.
The one there on the left, the second tallest.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Okay, that
too.
one. That's great.
Yeah.
And then one
I think
behind.
that one there. What do you think?
I think. Yeah.
Teresa.
Parfait. So it'll be those three.
And then we have a little triangle of
Perfect.
trees.
And that means that it'll be clearer on the path and the tree can put its energy into those three shoots. Perfect. It's really sweet walking behind them because they've just been chatting away about how much they both love autumn. Philip because he loves wrapping up warm, he loves all of the autumn colours, and Jean-Christophe because it means that all of the brambles die back and he can actually see the woods and see what he needs to get on with without all of those brambles in the way. Philip looked out of the window this morning and then turned to me in rapture saying, "It's like Scotland outside today." Scotland is Philip's favourite country. I must come back out here to collect the chestnuts soon. The ground is covered in them. I prefer sunny days, but I must say that with a lovely cup of tea and nicely wrapped up, it feels quite snug and lovely going for a walk in the woods. I love the sound of the water as I cross the bridge. Oh, it looks as though we're going straight ahead this way. Jean-Christophe thinks that all of the stone that was used to build the chateau was probably quarried from this area of the woods. It's hard to tell with all of the trees, but in the distance, can you see there's a slope just going up? And apparently that slope is incredibly steep.
Alors je pense que toute cette inclinaison que nous avons devant nous représente l'ancien front de taille de la carrière. Je pense que les pierres étaient sorties d'ici, nous sommes au début. J'ai essayé plusieurs fois de descendre avec des machines, que ce soit débroussailleuses ou tracteurs. Descendre d'en haut pour nettoyer la pente, c'est impossible. Quand on est en haut, la terre s'envasse, s'échappe sous nos pieds et on se retrouve sur comme un bord de falaise.
He doesn't think that slope feels at all natural. It's too straight and it's a very sudden, abrupt end when you're on the top, almost like a cliff face.
Et on va pouvoir
c'est
trouver
fascinant.
deux grosses pierres juste là.
D'accord.
On va les trouver juste devant nous. Je crois qu'on les distingue déjà.
He thinks that these are the stones that came out of the quarry.
They're huge blocks.
And we've seen them before because Nick turned them into the offering of the bunny at Easter.
Oh yeah, he hides Easter eggs around here.
But I didn't realise that they came out, they were, you know.
Well, it's true they don't look entirely natural, do they? They look straight-sided. Because there's granite coming out of the soil everywhere, I didn't really think anything of it. But it must be said that it doesn't look that natural a shape. They're really vast boulders. So it does feel as though they've been moved from the ground. We're climbing up to have a look. Yes, Jean-Christophe pointed out that all of that is stone there as well. And of course it's so covered with vegetation that it's very hard to see what was going on. But he thinks that this entire ridge is probably vegetation that has eventually built up over a quarrying area.
There, you see?
Yeah, I think that is effectively the cliff face that Jean-Christophe's been talking about that's covered with vegetation, where these huge stones would have been taken out to build the chateau. And this is exactly the stone that the chateau is built with. It's exactly the same as our main blocks of stone. And they're just everywhere, just lying on the ground. But these are very straight-sided. It does not look like a natural shape. It's quite fun, isn't it? I can't fit in there, unfortunately, but yeah, there's like a little hidey hole inside them. Extraordinary.
Je pense qu'on est sur l'endroit exact d'où ils extrayaient la pierre. Ils l'ont juste découpée et ils ne l'ont pas sortie. Je pense qu'elle est encore à sa place originale.
Extraordinaire.
Et en face, dans les ronces, là on ne les distingue pas parce que cette année je ne l'ai pas nettoyé, j'ai nettoyé de l'autre côté. Mais l'année dernière je l'avais fait, on a toutes les chutes de taille. Les petits blocs qui ont été découpés pour redresser les gros blocs.
Vraiment?
Sont tous en face. Quand il avait fini, il est poussé en face.
But this looks like a quarry, right?
I think for me the quarry is here, and they start
With
on the left and came here.
Right.
I think so.
They were arrived here and stopped here.
Because they built a chateau.
Yeah. They were finished.
New towers, we've got the stone.
Great. Now just a stonemason and we can get going.
Off we go.
Second win for the chateau.
Jean-Christophe is showing us a very large stone. He says it's definitely one continuous stone, and he doesn't know if it was to be used in construction or if perhaps it's much older than that and we could be looking at a prehistoric stone, something that was carved a long time ago, because there are a lot of dolmens in the local area, though we've never found one on the property. So he's going to try to clear it and see what it is that we have lying here. Exciting.
It's amazing learning bits more about the history because we don't have anything.
So whenever we find a tiny bit, it's amazing seeing it in person afterwards.
What's wonderful, because I found this, I have the idea of a quarry, and Stephanie, and you asked me, we saw in a newspaper there
About
was
the
a
quarry?
Yes, I found it. Have a look. Another stone.
Another huge stone, you're right. And I'd never noticed that one before. It's almost entirely camouflaged, but it's vast.
In summer, it's covered. You can't see anything.
That's it. We can only see it because it's autumn now.
See? Something to be said for autumn.
You never stop saying things for autumn. We've got to the old lake bed. You can see the lake came just up to here. And now we're going to be going along the lake path up here. And we'll be able to see some more quite extraordinary stones up here. These ones I knew about. Here we are, darling. Look.
It's an old wall.
These are the most beautiful ones. I don't think it's a wall. It doesn't carry on either side. It's just those stones. They clearly have quite straight cuts in them.
Yeah.
And one going across this way. These are beautiful.
But some of the old parts do have a stone wall.
Yes, they do.
Not this.
Yes, I think this isn't... I'm not sure that that's that. I think that this is just blocks of stone. C'est incroyable. Ça continue encore là-bas?
Look.
Oui. I think that this path was hewn out of stone
Possible.
rather than them building a stone wall.
There.
And you see, that was in the lake before. I couldn't see that before.
I'm guessing that rolled down.
Yes.
Up there, look.
Yeah, it would fit exactly in that gap. As you can see, this path is not being used until we clear everything for the lake and put the path back. My goodness. It must have been dislodged by that tree falling on top of it.
Must have.
Christophe is clearing.
The wall on the side of the chemin.
It's a wall.
Yeah, it's a little wall for the side of the, between the...
Yes, it's stone. Yes.
I think you should cut down
It's
all
a wall.
these trees.
Yeah. Yes.
They're all leaning.
Yeah, this wall goes all the way along
Nothing has to be here now.
against the lake. Oh my goodness, can you imagine putting this back?
Yeah. We were just talking about cutting all these trees.
Opening the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same as the other
They
side.
should, yeah, they're absolutely destroying the wall. They've got to go. Imagine if we could sort out the stone on both sides of the path
It'd
again.
be amazing.
Get all the old little walls back.
Beautiful
I
path.
mean, it's quite far down the list. The clearing of it, yes, but the sort of fixing of these walls, that's a decade or so away. I'm beginning to wonder if the lake bed wasn't the quarry for the original chateau. Not this one, not the 16th century one. Then they carried on building from further up in the woods.
You think that's why it goes down?
Well, why does it suddenly go down like that?
Well, I suppose. I've never thought about that.
And Davy said that when he started to investigate, he found that the base of the old lake was granite.
So you think they dug it out first here,
I think they dug out the stones,
and then...
did two in one.
It's certainly possible.
So we think that we've got two quarries, 1 and 2.
I'm wondering, yes.
This is the wall.
Can you imagine the work to have done so many stone paths through all of these woods? There's more than 60 acres of stone paths cutting through everything. We've just walked out of the woods, now onto the road that goes around Lalande. I just wanted to show you this beautiful, beautiful view. But now we're going into the woods up here because Jean-Christophe's going to show us where we can find the fattest chestnuts on the property. When you consider that there is a granite stone wall around the entire property, it does make you think they probably did have a quarry, because this isn't a chateau in Paris. This is a country chateau, and for them to use it so richly, so unsparingly, I think they had their own source.
But also look at these boulders over there. There's a boulder, then little stones, and then there's
Yes.
another boulder here,
Yes.
another boulder there.
Yeah, it's all very uneven. These are not things that were ordered in from somewhere else.
This one's all the way up to here, one piece.
Yeah, and then filled in with little ones. No, I think these come from the property. Imagine restoring all of this one day. I mean, as I was saying earlier, it's not immediately on the to-do list. But those stones aren't going anywhere. So one day they will be fixed. Here we have the size of chestnuts that we usually find on the property, little chestnuts. And here, well, look at the difference. They're much bigger. Elles sont belles. Ah oui. These have got to be award-winning chestnuts. The size. And they're everywhere. So fat. Look at that one.
3. Look.
Huge, beautiful. It's lucky I brought that tea, isn't it? And Jean-Christophe collecting some for us with his hat.
Oh, that's really sweet.
They're so perfect. In fact, they're so massive that we've been comfortably able to leave all normal-sized chestnuts on the ground, so the wildlife are going to have a field day, and we're just taking the fat ones in. When you see the size of the chestnut tree, you can understand the size of the chestnuts. It must be hundreds of years old. I can't even see the top. It just seems to go on forever. That was another one falling. They're really falling now, so over the next few days we'll be able to collect more and more. Mug's full, the hat's full, the other pockets are full. Bon, allez, on y va. We're going to walk back on the road past Lalande's old ruined mill, which is just up ahead of us. There's the mill, another very distant renovation project for us. But first, let's get that chateau sparkling. It's all so mysterious. I just want to go back in time and see it as it was 500 years ago. Just on the edge of the road, you can see more stones, and these are not stones. This is ground rock. So there's just 10 centimetres of soil over the granite rock here, and we find that problem when we try to dig, to put a tree in, to do any work like that. We keep hitting granite. It's both wonderful and extremely irritating when you're trying to get anything done. And it makes me worry quite a lot about how hard it will be one day to put a swimming pool in. Coming back to the chateau, you can see what the restored walls look like, because Blanchon did that little section of wall just when they redid the bridge. We're going to go and drop all of the chestnuts off in the kitchen now.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever seen any like that?
My goodness. That's so nice.
They're incredible. Just
Well, that's
huge.
them, yeah.
This is just unbelievable. I mean, we've never collected so many before. This is a huge bowl.
Oh my god.
Oh, il y en a d'autres. There's more. It's just like a little squirrel and his stash. C'était super, Jean-Christophe, vraiment. Merci.
Une bonne soirée.
Oui, vous faites plein de découvertes pour nous. J'adore. À bientôt.
Je vous tiendrai au courant des prochaines.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
I just wanted to share with you all the view that I have whilst working at my desk this afternoon. Sif's just decided to hang out. She's very happy there, and she's making me incredibly happy as well. Oh, on the move. Off we go. When I look up and see the peacock sitting there, I can't quite believe it's real. This is nearly the end. 2 more guest weekends and that's it, the season's over. Do you promise that you'll still make beautiful tables like this for us during winter? Apparently we are having souffle to start.
Hello.
Hello.
Starting off tonight is a Comté cheese soufflé with a apple and celery salad with the lemon vinaigrette from the garden.
Thank you.
Main course is served, so it's sirloin of steak with potato puree on a bed of red wine and Charlotte jus, served with some carrots from the garden. We have a chocolate mousse served with blackberry coulis from the garden, and a cocoa wafer and some dehydrated raspberries. Bon appétit!
Thank you.